Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome again to our program. Bitcoin. Yes, more about Bitcoin. That's our program. I can see many of you here from many parts of the world, and many of you are from Europe. I think it's very early in Europe. Thank you for joining us, waking up early in the morning, and many from Asia. So thank you so very much. Yes, for joining us. Thank you so very much. Now, many of you, this is not the first time that you have joined us, so do give us some feedback at the end of the program. Yeah, I think many of you in Europe has opened up from COVID, especially in UK. We pray all is well for you. Here in Asia, we are still very much locked down. Okay, so we hope to be open up so that we can party like you as well. Now, over the past weekend, Bitcoin price has fluctuated between 45 to 48,000, right? Now, many analysts caution that this may be an indication of fake bullish sign. So Bitcoin has been down in May, June, July from 30,000, then 32,000, 35,000. So even 45,000, everybody was jumping, and then we go to 48,000, everybody jumping, and then it went down to 46,000 again. So the indication that this may be a fake bullish sign. Is that so? Or is Bitcoin entering into really bullish zone? So this is a question that we are going to discuss today. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this is going to stream live on Facebook and on YouTube. We will be making video talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you would like to learn more about, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap on the thumbs up button, and also forward to your friends so that they can know about this channel too. And of course, click on the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. Now, I'm very delighted to bring my friend, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He is no stranger to many people because he is an authority in financial investing and also a well-known teacher and coach in the art of wealth creation to many thousands of students all over the world. So welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, thank you so much for having me, Richard. I'm so excited to be back. And today is a beautiful Monday. Really, so much things has happened over the weekend, and can't wait for your fiery questions.
Yeah, you wear red, I wear red. In Asian culture, red is auspicious, right? So we are going to have an auspicious time and auspicious week, auspicious month. Now, Dr. Clemen, I saw the Facebook that you got your Tesla, right? Tesla. So you are the first person I know in Singapore that own the Tesla, and because of you, I also go book a Tesla. Now, so what's your experience driving the Tesla?
Wow, Richard, it was a really long wait. I booked the Tesla way back in 2016 when Elon Musk done a global sales. And
2016.
2016, that was like
then
5
I shouldn't
years
complain.
ago.
I want to actually complain why I haven't got any, my Tesla yet. So okay, I won't complain already. Keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, so 2016, when we booked for the car, nobody knows a definite answer when the car will be delivered, whether ongoing basis, whether Tesla will even survive at all, because back then they were running out of cash. That's why they did a global sales campaign that raised the biggest sales amount in the history of B2C consumer sales. And that kept Tesla going. So, I finally, when it was launched in Singapore on 9 February, I went onto the internet and bought on the first day when they launched in Singapore. Bought means that we go in to configure the car, what is the exterior color, interior color, and so on. And I want to share with you, Richard, it was such an awesome experience. First, every time we stop at the red light, whether there's a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Porsche next to me, the moment the red light turns to green light, we beat all of them.
Okay, I can't wait, man. Can't wait for this experience.
So the speed is definitely very fast. 3 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers. That's number one. Number two, in terms of the user experience, is really fantastic. All right. So right now there's a special promo ongoing for all Tesla owners. We can go to Orchard Central, go to the Tesla supercharger, and the charging is free. And they want to keep this free period as long as possible to reward early owners like myself. And Richard, yours will be coming really soon. I had a long conversation with them.
Okay, thank you so much for the update on Tesla. Yes. So let's start off with the recent published Q2 report of Coinbase. Now, Coinbase, because they are listed on NASDAQ, has become one of the prominent exchange in the world today of cryptocurrency. Now, Dr. Clemen, do you see any comparison of institution investment growing, right? Based on the Q2 of 2021 and 2020, what does that mean to ordinary investor?
Wow, that's a great question to start off with, Richard. And since we are talking about Q2, let's bring to our viewers' attention what exactly happened in the month of April, May, and June. All right. So I'm going to switch over to my charts right now. This is the starting of April, and then this is the ending of June. As we can see, during these 3 months, the trading price of Bitcoin actually has fallen from a high of 60,000, dropped to a low of 30,000. That's like a 30,000 per coin drop over a span of 3 months period. But what is really amazing during these 3 months, there was an increase in trading activities on Coinbase. Now, let me give everyone a backdrop about Coinbase. Coinbase is the first legitimate crypto-related or blockchain-related platform that goes on the IPO on NASDAQ and NYSE. This is really significant because it gives legitimacy to the crypto traders worldwide that's trading through Coinbase. So Coinbase is important. But the most amazing part is, as I shared with all of you just now, while in Q2, April, May, June, Bitcoin price was dropping, guess what? Coinbase was spiking. It was going up like crazy. And the moment we dive into the following reports of what Coinbase has gone through, there are 3 very important reports I want to show to our viewers today. First is related to the trading volume. Now, we can see the trading volume right here. It has grown from 1.5 to 2.1 million, 2.8 million, 6.1 million to 8.8 million just on Q2 alone. Wow, the market was depressed with pricing. Now, how do we interpret this information? Means there is substantial interest during the consolidation of the Bitcoin price of institutions and retail players coming in on stream. This is the first number. The second number, even more interesting to me, is when we compare between retail traders versus institutional investors. Holy moly, check this out. The trading volume by retail investors is only 145 billion in Q2. But the institutions has leapfrogged overnight. Right here in Q1 and Q2, from Q1 215 billion, and it jumped to 317 billion in Q2. So this has affirmed the fact that right now there is a wind of change. The wind of change is this swap between institutional volume versus retail volume. This is a very important swap. And this is taking place on Coinbase because institutions only want to invest on a legitimate platform. And what better legitimacy than Coinbase ring the bell on Wall Street? The third data point, I think, is really humongous. And that's the kind of revenues that Coinbase is making right over here. If we look at the revenues, now this is something I want to highlight to all of our viewers, the blue ocean, all right? Now, clearly, the retail is generating 1.8 billion revenue in Q2, and the institution is only generating $102 million. But if you look at these numbers, you straight away know how to predict the future. Over time, this number will swap. Institutions will overtake retail, and the moment institutions overtake retail, that is the turning point of a super spike in Bitcoin pricing. Because institutions go in really, really big for the queue, Richard. And that's the reason why this entire article is so amazing. It really allows us to dive deep into what is exactly happening for a public company like Coinbase, that we can correlate to the growth and most importantly to the legitimacy of Bitcoin taking on stream by the institutions. Wow, that's great, Richard.
I recall that Bitcoin actually start at 1,000. I mean, way lower, and then it all-time high at 20,000. Now, from 1,000 to 20,000 is 20x, even without institution. It's just retail, just every ordinary people, they trust in this instrument. They just, and the price just go up from 1,000 to 20,000. Now, with an institution coming in, I'm sure it's going to explode, right? In a super zoom. Now, the next question for Dr. Clemen is this: that we have heard so much about Grayscale, and the boss of Grayscale, ʀɪᴛᴄᴏɪᴜ, right, recently tweeted, and this is exactly his word. He says, Bitcoin, he says 100,000 is a magnet for Bitcoin. Now, this is the exact word. He says 100,000 is a magnet for Bitcoin. So my question to you, Dr. Clemen, is this. Now, tell us a little bit about Grayscale. We in the last few videos, we mentioned about Grayscale, right? How big they are, their background, etc. Now, how do you read ʀɪᴛᴜᴏɪᴜ's communication? It's just one short sentence. How do you interpret that?
Wow, that's a great, awesome question, Richard, because I need to switch over here and let all of our viewers take a look at the original tweet that took place in 2019. All right, there's two timing right here. 2019, he came out with this tweet: 20,000 is a magnet. All right, and remember, we hit about 19 all-time high, 19,000 in December of 2017. 2018 went through a bear market. 2019, the little movement start to take off, but we're still not at 20,000 yet. Now, 2020, that was the year it started to move up above 20,000. And then he tweeted how timely it is, because it was like 1 year prediction ahead. So if we take this 1 year prediction ahead of what he said right now in August 2021, then jolly well within the next 1 year, 100,000 is going to come true. So I'm going to take this and kind of switch back to the original article that featured about Grayscale CEO Barry Silbert. Now, why is their words so powerful? Because they are the original investors of Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to switch over right now to BitcoinTreasuries.org and let everyone have a taste of what I meant by the original investor, right? So this is BitcoinTreasuries.org, and I kind of scroll down to the public companies that own Bitcoin, and straight away, we are looking at all these different players that's lined up here. All this, every single one of them. But the one that is able to successfully pull off what we call an ETF is shown right here. ETFs that own Bitcoin. Check this out. And Grayscale is standing at the highest number of Bitcoin owned, 654,600 Bitcoins. That's worth $31 billion, and that occupies 3.117% of the fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoin. This is the godfather of all godfathers. And that's why they were the early pioneers that applied for the approval of the Bitcoin ETF with Securities Exchange Commission. Now, that is still right now pending, but because of the way they mobilize the community, people are willing to put their money with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That's how they own 654,000 Bitcoins. Now, if I compare that to folks like more famous folks like Elon Musk, Tesla only owns about 42,000, not a lot. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor owns only about 105,000. That's why in proportion to the number of Bitcoins, this is truly the mother of them all, 654,000. And then we come back to this article right here. He puts up his thesis. Why 100,000? It is coming. Let me give everyone an insight. And I believe he is the prophet for this Bitcoin because he has the underlying current right at the palms of his control. All the big players are buying Bitcoin through Grayscale. And the moment he can feel the momentum, he can feel the heat, he straight away put out this prediction, it's coming. It's literally telling us it is coming because the groundswell is right now building up and the pipeline is flowing through Grayscale. And that's the reason why this is so important to us, Richard, for us to understand all this price movement and thereby leading to $100,000 prediction.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen, for making all this news in a simple way where we all can understand. Now, we know that people like Elon Musk and MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, they are all considered, I wouldn't say young, but they are not that old, right? Now, the older folks, right, people like Warren Buffett, we know that they are old school and do not really support cryptocurrency. Yeah. So they are all of them are billionaire. But recently, one of Warren Buffett's investment bank in Brazil, who is very, very friendly on crypto, is going to IPO. And Warren Buffett didn't say anything. So what do you think is the trend of big banks and corporations accepting Bitcoin and crypto?
And this is a very tough question to answer, Richard, because why? You know, we really look up to Warren Buffett as our mentor. I consider him my mentor, taught me all about investing. But because he's the first guy to call Bitcoin the rat poison. First step one, we need to understand why an old man like him, so revered, but he called Bitcoin a really dirty bad name. So I'm going to switch over right now to look at his portfolio at ʀɪᴛᴄᴏɪR.com, all right? So this is the public company of all of the entire wealth of Warren Buffett. For you to buy one share of his company today, which is the most expensive on planet Earth, it will cost you $430,000 just to buy one share.
Wow.
And you cannot buy in fractions, you know, Richard. You have to buy exactly at, right now, today's price, $433,124. So if you look at step one, old man has all of his wealth concentrated in this stock price here that is trading at $433,000 per share. Meaning to say his entire wealth is betting on the future of US dollars. He will not allow anyone to dilute or to diminish or to destroy the price of fiat currency, which is US dollars, which represents his entire net worth. That's the reason why he and his partner Charlie has to come out. They have to come out really strong and bash up all the crypto traders, all the Bitcoin traders, calling us rat poison and whatever not. Sorry, all the dirty names. But it's okay. He's of the past generation already, because the new generation, he realized that he cannot avoid the future. That's the reason why he invested into a crypto-friendly bank, not onshore of United States, because that will completely destroy everything that he said about Bitcoin, right? So he has to invest with someone kind of outside United States. That's on South America. So this is the company called Nubank. And as a result, you know, it kind of giving a not so direct, but implicit support for the future of cryptocurrency. So this is very, very real. As you begin to read all the traditional mainstream media, always read with a twisted mind. Why does Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett say one thing about crypto, and on the other hand, he does it differently. This is the magic of investing. And Richard, you brought it up. This is so amazing, right? For someone who curse and swear about Bitcoin, but secretly back end, he's supporting the growth of this Latin America bank. And that's none other than New Bank itself.
Okay. Now, for all of you who are listening in, please do not let age, whether don't say you're too young or whether you're say too old. Wealth does not particularly select anybody of any age, right? So you can be young, you can be older, like myself. Yeah, you can choose and can make a decision what do you want to do with the time that you have and the wealth that you have. Now, when I get to know more about Bitcoin and is the perspective of what it is represent and what is it about, the store value of financial wealth, I began to appreciate a lot more, and I become very passionate about it. And in fact, I know that this is the future, and that's the reason why I'm very passionate about it, because I believe that Bitcoin is an amazing tools that we can use to create wealth, not only for ourselves, but for a generation to come. And that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival this October. We already got some reply from some of the key speakers that will be coming on, which we will be announcing along the way. Now, this Global Bitcoin Festival is a community, right? It's a community of people who believe in Bitcoin, and it is a movement. It's a movement to encourage more people to understand Bitcoin and adoption of Bitcoin. So I want to invite all of you to this Global Bitcoin Festival so that you can be in the movement as well, so that you can tell more people. Now, right at the chat group, there is a link there that you can find out more about Bitcoin movement, this Global Bitcoin Festival and the movement, and I'd like to welcome you to join. Now, last question for Dr. Clemen is this. Over the weekend, Bitcoin price has fluctuated, right? As I say, between 45 to 48. Some analysts say that this could be a fake bullish sign. Now, question for you is this. Is this really so, or Bitcoin is entering into a bullish zoom, in your opinion?
Wow, tough question again, Richard. How do we determine? So to rephrase Richard's question is, how do you determine whether Bitcoin from this point onwards is going to stabilize and there's only one direction left for it to go, and that's what we call up and away, spiking to the moon? So let's check out this very important article called Institutional Investors Are Bullish on Bitcoin Again, based on this key data point. All right. So earlier on, we talked about Grayscale. We talked about Warren Buffett investing in a crypto-friendly bank. And when we put all these dots together and kind of scroll down on this very important article right here, I want to show everyone the most important paragraph, and that is found right here. And I'm going to read out to all of our viewers. If investors are confident, they are generally more willing to put coins or to pull coins off exchanges into cold storage, otherwise known as cold wallets, meaning that they keep them offline, which effectively adds a layer of friction to the selling process. All right, because once you move to cold wallet, you can't sell. You have to move back to a hot wallet like an exchange. Then you can perform your trading activities. Institutions in particular almost always keep their Bitcoin in cold storage and off exchanges, because cold storage offers more robust security measures. So what we have witnessed is right now, as we study the price of Bitcoin, this latest data kind of give us a preview in the window of what the professionals are thinking about. And I'm going to stretch all the way right here. Right, we've gone through the 30 to 40,000 range in our previous videos. This is the moment in time it breaks through 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. All right, so that range we know about it already. And when this has happened, and based on the last article we just gone through, It means that Coinbase has given us the data point, step one, that true enough institutions are coming to buy off Coinbase. Step two, the institutional data where they move their coins away from the exchanges into cold wallets has established the fact that this red zone that's defined between 30 to 40,000 will be very, very difficult to breach again. That means to say for the price to enter back here is going to be tough because the institutions are very confident about this pricing. That's why they kept it in their cold wallets. Then what is the next zone that we are actually looking at? We're going to start from 40,000 and move up to here, where most of the candles are crossing each other. We have one cross here, one cross here, one cross here, and multiple crosses right here. This is the 48,000 range, the 40 to 48,000 range, which right now Bitcoin is trading at. Today, 47,000. Now, that means from layer one, they move to cold wallets. Now we are looking at layer two. At layer two, trading is going up and down, up and down. And once they're satisfied the price has stabilized, layer two will enter the cold wallet. And thereby, ladies and gentlemen, layer three will kick in at a much higher level. And what's the next level we are going to look at? Here we go. We are going to look at breaking the previous all-time high. So we are looking at between 50 to 64,000. And this is the third layer that Bitcoin will enter into and thereby consolidate even more movement into the cold wallets. So this is really great news for every one of us here today. And it depends on your risk profile. How comfortable are you to get in? So we get many questions. I think most of them share the same common denominator as what me and Richard are looking at. And that is, hey teachers, what price should we get in? It depends on your risk profile. When back then it was trading at 28,000, or I call it 28888, we told all of you, go in and buy at the price. Some caught it, very happy. Then it started to move up, 33, 333, go in and buy. Some of you caught it, very happy. Then we move up, 38888. Some of you caught it, bought it, hold on to it, very happy. What is your risk profile today? Are you comfortable to get in and stay on with us in the game? Now, the secret answer to this question boils down to, who are you hanging out with today? Because if you hang out with a bunch of scary cats, there's no perfect price for them to get in. Every day they are scrambling about what price to get in. But if you hang out with a like-minded group like us here at Global Bitcoin Festival, then you have the certainty that, wow, the movement is coming through. I watched these videos weeks after weeks together with Richard and Clemen. I caught it. I'm in it. I'm part of the movement. Right, Richard?
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you so very much. Now, please be reminded that our next session is on Wednesday, same time, 2:30. And remember, you put on the notification, and whenever the video come out, there is a reminder for you. Now, as I say, I'm very passionate, and we are very passionate about Bitcoin, and that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival. It's a gathering of industry expert and enthusiastic community of Bitcoin holder to update, promote, educate, and adoption of Bitcoin. Now, Dr. Clemen, what can you say to those who are on the sideline or want to know more about Bitcoin?
Oh, yes, Richard, I got a lot of things to say to them because, I always highlight the fact that the dates are so magical, as planned out by Success Resources, and, Richard giving us the visionary prediction of 28 and 29 of October. These 2 dates are very important. Step one, I urge you to quickly lock them down, and simply by doing this, go right over here and book it, whether you are paying by fiat or crypto. Both currencies are right now friendly with us taking part in the crypto seminar. But I'm going to take these days, 28, 29 October, and kind of correlate back to the pricing that we saw just now, all right? So you can also look at it this way. Step one, you put 28, 29 of October and put it against the price chart of Bitcoin, all right? So I'm going to do that step one right here, and I'm going to move my arrow up, and move it up right here. And you see, I move it to the point whereby it is same price as the previous high. Previous high was 65,000 rounded up, and I'm going to put it right here. So right now, what we can do as crypto hodlers in the game, you will see how do you envision the price to move up into my zone right there. This is very important, but I can tell you it's very, very difficult, because let me reiterate one more time so that you really capture the essence. I go back right here, 65,000 right in this circle here. For you to go through this motion up and down, and hang out, finally hitting the previous all-time high, you need to hang out with like-minded people. The moment you hang out with friends, colleagues, partners that's every day telling you Bitcoin is a rat poison, you can't play this game. Wow, people like Warren Buffett call it rat poison at the front, but back then he's investing in the crypto-friendly bank. That's how twisted these guys are. That's the reason why we want to offer all of you a very transparent, cut through the chase nonsense, and dive in and say, join us for this ride. And if this ride prove profitable for you, we'll be all hitting all-time high 65,000, leading all the way to $100,000.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So we'd like to invite you to join us in this movement, Global Bitcoin Festival, and all of us together with this movement, with positive energy. I can guarantee you that it's going to be a very inspiring journey, that you are guaranteed to be motivated to create wealth for yourself and your generation to come. So there's a link at the chat group that you can, we'd like to invite you to join us in this movement. So thank you very much. And this is Richard Tan from Success Resources. Thank you, Dr. Clemen, for your wisdom. And thank you, every one of us, and every one of you that invest your time with us. And I wish you wealth, health, and happiness till we meet again on Wednesday.